Thank you so very much, Pam. And when you have people like Pam in leadership roles, folks like me, it makes our jobs very easy because from an intellectual standpoint, what she brought to the table, her commitment to making things better for the citizens in Detroit was very, very impressive to me. She works tirelessly, and she's not the kind of person, not the kind of leader who's looking for accolades, who's looking for pats on the back. She gets out and she gets in the foxhole with everybody and is not afraid to get her hands dirty. So when we talked and felt it was important to take the old Detroit Works, start to move some of the things outside of city government, it wasn't an easy decision. But I knew with her leadership skills that we were doing the right thing. Workforce development had been part of city government. And when you look at outcomes, it was really lacking. And it had nothing to do with her predecessor, the leadership skills, et cetera, et cetera. It was not functioning the way it should have. And so therefore, the things that needed to get moved down to the people in most need was just not happening. And so once again, she's a team player. She does understand that regardless of how hard she works, how intelligent she is, how good she is from a leadership standpoint, she couldn't do it without her team. So thanks again for putting that team together. And because of your leadership and your team's support, I think we're really poised for success. I want to thank everybody for coming out this afternoon. From my vantage point, as I'm coming to the end of my term, this is really kind of monumental. And I want to give a shout out, because every time I get a chance to do it, I want to do it, and that's the Obama administration. Without the kind of support from our president on a direct basis, as he moves within his organization, making sure that we have access to its leaders. In support of Detroit, we'd be much farther behind. Our task would be much different. But with all of the publicity that Detroit has gotten, most of it negative, I think the president has put his team together and said, we're going to support Detroit. Detroit is important to the state of Michigan. Detroit is important to this country and to this world. And so we're going to do everything that we can to give them the necessary support to be the comeback city. And I think we're well on our way. I want to thank Secretary Perez. I want to thank Secretary Duncan. I want to thank the Assistant Secretary Eric Slesnow and the Assistant Secretary Brenda Dunn-Meziere for being here today. And I want to thank all of you for your ongoing commitment to make the necessary hard decisions and the change that has to happen in our city. For too long, I believe that we have depended upon a lot of outside forces to help us get back on the right track. Fortunately, the White House saw fit to give us that kind of support. So I've had the chance to meet with Don Graves, get to know him a bit. I think when I look at some of the other people that's been supported, and I guess I have to say this, we have a homegrown girl that was part of the Obama administration. who came back to the city of Detroit, left the Obama administration and said, I'm home. I think I can make a difference. And she has made a difference. Portia Roberson, stand up, please. Portia. I know Gina Matrakos has kind of, I guess everybody down in Washington as well as here, you have to do a lot of different jobs. So I know Gina was working with us earlier over on the HUD side, and now she has some added responsibilities. But I want to thank her also because she was a key person in helping us identify the funding. I mean, a lot of you in the audience remember Brewster Projects. And we've seen that standing idle as an eyesore in a very key location in our city. And Gina was very responsible and helpful in getting the necessary funding so that we could take that down. So I want to say that there are a lot of good things that are starting to happen in Detroit. And there are going to be opportunities for employment. Our unemployment rate is way too high. And as we look at fixing our city, we've got to make sure we don't forget about the people who are unemployed here. So we got to train them, and we've got to connect them with those businesses that are going to be doing work in Detroit. So we're asking a lot of you as business people, as you start to look at the opportunities here in Detroit, make sure you don't forget about hiring people from Detroit. That's very, very important. The way we're going to bring our city back. The way we're going to bring our city back is making sure that we train people and we employ them in the areas where there's growth and where there's opportunities. So I once again want to thank all of you because you will be an important part of the Renaissance and laying the framework for our city to turn around and become the comeback city in our nation. Thank you so very much.